Right. All right. We are live. Good evening, everybody, from any part of the world you are watching me from. My name is David Akinwale, and I will be your anchor for this summit. You are welcome to Career and Skills Summit 2022, Day 2. Theme is Upscale. Career and Skills Summit is where you are working to go beyond your comfort zone and develop your potentials, connecting you with people of like passion that will energize you and help you evolve into a better version of yourself. Good evening once again from Nigeria, from any part of the world you are watching me from, please. I want you to introduce yourself, your name, and the country you're watching us from. If you're joining me, kindly tell me your name and the country you are joining us from. I want to know yesterday was day one. We talked about personal branding. That's by Coach Minta as Omobabiri. She talked about personal branding, doing it right. It was a very explosive section. And then also we moved to the second speaker. That's Bolaji Babalola. All right, Priscilla Eko Dare. Thank you for joining me from Nigeria. So nice to have you on board. Yes, thank you for joining me from Nigeria. The second speaker was talking about identifying opportunities and untapped potentials. So if you are just joining in, your name and your country. Your name and your country. All right, I have our guest already in the studio. Our guest is already in the studio. Before I bring her on board, I want to create some things. Tell me your take-home points from yesterday conversation from the two speakers. Tell me what you learned yesterday. What did you learn yesterday? I want to know. Just drop it in the comment section. What did you learn yesterday? What were action take points that you pick from the summit yesterday? From the first two speakers that we had yesterday. Okay, so upscale. The reason why we have this team upscale is developing existing potential. It means capitalizing on what you are to be and what you want to be. It means evolving from the present to future. All right. Jeremiah Daniel said, yes, opportunities do not sleep. Yes, opportunities do not sleep. All right. Another one from Priscilla. We have here, problems are opportunities turned inside out. Yes, that's and the second speaker, that's Balaji Babalola. Like I said, I have the third speaker in the studio already. She's an amazing woman all the way from South Africa. All the way from South Africa. She's joining us live from there. So before our section we start, I want to hear from you. Keep the comment, invite your friends, send the link to them. We are live at day 2 of the Career and Skills Summit. This is interesting. This is an amazing experience so far. Yesterday, I learned a lot of things about personal brand. We have personal brand, we have business brand, we have corporate brands, and then we also learned about whatever you do online should reflect your personality. It should reflect your personality. Today, we're having our top speaker. She'll be talking about how you can make use of technology and nurturing the opportunities in technology for advancement. How you can use technology to advance your career, use technology to advance the skills that you have. No doubt about it, we are in the tech age. It is not about whether you are will or not. It is a reality. It is a fact. And you need to understand how you can utilize technology to improve your business, to improve your personal development and your career development. Okay, if you're just joining in, please your name and your country, where you're joining us from. I want to know where you're joining us from, your name and your country. In few, just about 1 or 2 minutes, I'm going to introduce our guest speaker, and then we are going to start for today. I'm going to kickstart today's section. This is day 2. You are welcome. You are welcome. I'm super excited doing this with you. Thank you so much. So right now I'm going to introduce our top speaker, and then afterward she's going to come live on stage to deliver a section for us. Kindly stay tuned.
Priti Kubiani is the Chief Operating Officer and co-founder of Coronet Blockchain. Her management consulting focus across nearly a decade has ushered into an industry disruption through the co-founding of Coronet Blockchain, an emerging technology solution geared to shift how her exchanges hands across Africa's ZAR 100 billion per year sector. A responsibility that sees her reshaping the future of this sector. She also possessed a proven impact investment advisory track record, harnessed over a decade and a half horizon window with active project experience across stakeholders preamble, across government, FDI, and left behind community segments. Priti Kubiani spearheaded the calibration of a ZAR 29 billion social impact investment framework to create a blueprint social benefit system to ensure regulatory mining compliance for mining shareholders, economic transformation as per SDG objectives, and socio-economic impact executed through best practice international benchmarks. She has demonstrated sustainability capabilities that ensure operations profitability, workflow ergonomics, team harmony, project delivery outputs, accounts management capabilities, accurate interpretation of client expectations, and project management deliverables on targets and within assigned budgetary framework across enterprise partnerships. A possession of an intuitive stakeholder relations enables ASEC's farmers to navigate delegations, partake in the international and local best practice exchange platforms, CSI, and service provider value-add initiatives.
All right, so I can see the comment section with these fire emojis and love. That's the profile guest speaker. She's in the studio already. All right. Okay, we are live. Thank you so much for joining us, ma. I'm super excited. You can take over the stage now. I'll be at the back end. All right, with you. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, David. Just before you go, am I able to share a document?
Can you repeat yourself, ma'am?
Am I able to share a slide?
Can you see the function here? Can you see that share function? You can.
Okay, let me
Can you see
have a
that?
look. Clicking the share a screen.
Yes, share screen.
Okay.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Okay, I think I will be able to do so. I just need to confirm that you can see the screen that I want to share. I don't know if you're gonna be able to on your side.
Okay, try it. Let's do that now. Let's do that right away. Just share
Okay,
the
great.
screen. Let me see.
Okay,
Yes.
so I'm here on share the screen. Okay, let me know if it's being it's being shared now.
I can't see your screen yet. Once you click on share, you will select the particular code that you want to display.
Okay, let me start that again.
All right. Once you click on share, you're going to see your own, uh, you see your picture, your face, and then you see some other options.
It says other options.
Like you will see your picture, this current particular thing you are seeing this video, you will see other options there too. That's to select, maybe it's a PDF file you want to share or a document.
It's a PowerPoint.
PowerPoint, yeah, definitely. The
Yeah,
option is
so
there.
all right, I'm trying to I'm not sure it's saying permission. I don't know if it's on my side or where exactly this is. Okay, I'm gonna try and share it to say it must share the screen, and let's see if it's not sharing that, if it's gonna allow. Still not allowing.
Okay, so it's allowing.
Is it showing now?
I can see I can see your screen here. I'm seeing your picture right now.
Is it? Can I send it to you? How can I send it to you so that you can share it on your side?
Um, currently, I'm using the device. I'm using the third device, so I'm not able to share the screen because I'm not on PC mode.
Or is it?
Okay, this is what's going to happen. I will send. I will to the summit coordinator. She'll give you an access code so you will join me through the admin panel. Let's see if that will work out.
Okay.
By effect, you should be okay. Can you tell me the options you are seeing once you click on share? Let's see if something will work out.
Okay, I'm gonna try and do that. I'm also checking as well my permissions on my PC if maybe it doesn't
Okay.
have privacy.
All right. You're welcome once again. We are trying to share. She want to share a screen with us, so just exercise a little patience. It's all good. It's all good. You're welcome. I can see the comment section. Invite a friend, share the link with them so that they will get something out of the summit section today. It's been amazing since day one. Day two is going to be an explosion. Yes, you heard that correctly. It's going to be an explosion. Okay, what's the update now? All right, I see something. I can see Coronet blockchain. Okay, okay, I can see another thing. Can you just share that thing? I just now. I'm only seeing the picture. Can you hear me, ma? Okay, I might is me. I think my speaker mic is mute. I guess it's All right. Okay. Yes. This is amazing.
Great.
All right.
Yeah, we're good to go now.
Perfect. I
Thank you
can
so
see
much
your
for
screen.
yes,
I can see your
yes.
screen
Thank
now.
you.
All right. So let,
Thank
let,
you.
let me go behind the scene and let's see how it looks like. All right.
Absolutely. Great.
I am at the back end. Thank you so much. You can have the front.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your patience. I send my greetings and salutations from South Africa. And firstly, I would like to thank the organizers of this event for organizing this event. It's such an incredible time to be here, and I think it's a very important topic. So I'm just gonna get right through at it. So I'm gonna be focusing on 5 steps to choosing a scalable career, especially in the days of technology and within the technology industry or wherever you are, but most importantly, within the days of technology. So, before I do that, I'm going to share a little bit about my own story, about my own journey, and then from there, that's where these 5 practical steps that you can take to shape your own journey as well. So I was raised in a village on the Eastern Cape side of South Africa. It's about 100, not 100, about a 1 hour from where Nelson Mandela was born. So the career choices there for the adults obviously is either your father works within the mine, so it was during the time where people migrated from small towns and villages to bigger cities to work in the mines, and then those that were left behind in the community, they either were professional like educators, doctors, or they were running a business. So I was fortunate enough to grow up in a family that was in business. So my father ran a wood cutting business and an informal apprenticeship. So how it worked, during the week, he will collect rare wood and then he will supply commercial catering like butcheries, funeral houses, bakeries, and so on. And then he will also supply other villages as well for commercial, for what do you call it, for domestic consumption of the wood as well. So partly he would also give some part of the wood to the community, especially to the women and the widows and the old elderly that live by themselves and they couldn't fetch wood, they couldn't afford either to buy. So there was always that concept of business with impact, with philanthropy at the same time. So that's how the business was going. Later on, I went and worked in corporate social investments. After I studied public relations and I studied fashion, and then I went and did something that has absolutely nothing to do with what I actually studied. But I was just following the same passion and the trajectory of growing up in a home that is very philanthropic. So I started working in corporate social investment. So when my big companies like mines, manufacturing companies come and open in a community, they have an obligation to do something for the community. So I was responsible to overlook the fund that was given to NGOs within those communities to actually make an impact. So my responsibility was to screen them and make sure they actually impact the community so that there's no corruption with their money. Later on, I worked in management consulting, and that's when the opportunity to go into technology came from, when an ex-colleague of our of who used to work when my husband was also my co-founder, they worked at Deloitte, which is it's a management consulting firm. They do audit, accounting, and other things. So they worked together there. She was running this side hustle, as in Africa, especially women, we work in corporate and then we have something on the side because we have large family responsibilities and salary sometimes is not enough. So she was doing that when she was working in corporate. And then later on, when she got retrenched, she started this business that was a hair business. And I remember her coming to our consulting practice. We were based in a coastal city back then. And then she was saying, I started this business and I want it to grow in order to formalize it so that it can grow, because she was a corporate lady. She couldn't work in an informal environment. And there was a big hesitation on my team side because we only worked with formalized industries. So when I asked them, like, you know what, we have to take, because this is a lady who has been retrenched. Instead of sitting at home feeling sorry for herself, she's starting something to feed her children, and she could actually create jobs. So I want to be a part of this. So we have to do it. Fortunately, I managed to convince them. And then within just 36 months, the business has moved from a startup capital of 5,000 or 500 US dollars into 2 million US dollars annually. That was bringing, it was employing 4 people. I mean, it moved from employing 2 people to employing 40 full-time staff, and it had 4 branches that were physical. And it was very amazing because the staff that worked there could actually buy houses, buy cars, because it was really a serious formalized business. So the word got out. We got a lot uh, 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 of um, of requests across the African continent of people that want the same success that our client has. So we had to find a way to, like, okay, no, how do we do this? How do we solve all these problems and help all these thousands of clients that are approaching us? And then we realize, you know what, whatever we do, we have to use technology, because technology has a power to solve problems at scale. So we knew right away that we're going to have to use technology. To whatever technology we use, it has to be a frontier technologies, so that is a technology that is within the future of what the future is going to be like. We don't want to invest on something today and then in 5 years it's no longer relevant. So whatever we do, we had to think big, to think about the future. A long story short, we ended up going with the blockchain technology, and we started a technology company that helps to repeat the same level of success, but now at a bigger scale. So with that being said, with the 5 step to choosing a scalable career, especially in the days of technology, these 5 questions that what we discuss is going to revolve around is: when is it the right time to start my career? Who do I want to be when I grow up? Who do I want to be like? And how do I remain relevant and still do what I want or what I love to actually do? And lastly, how do I create legacy with my career? So, with that being said, we're going to look at the first slide as to what do you call it? When is it the right time to start the career? As you have seen, my career started when I was very young. I was 6 years old when I would follow my father and work in the family business, meaning that your career doesn't start when you actually find a job. Your career start what you're doing today, who you are today, who you're going to be in 10 years, for example, is what you are busy becoming today. So do not take lightly the things that you are doing. Most leaders that are successful today were class prefects, and they were actually solving problems in their communities. They were in families that is solving the kinds of problem that you're going to do. So what happens is sometimes you don't have to become, like, I didn't really become a woodcutter or run an apprenticeship program, but I work for a family business to start with, and the business that I work with creates impact. So I learned the impact when I was very young. So what happens is, if you end up in a career of something that is not familiar with your upbringing, you'll end up hating your job. Most people today are very resentful. They're just doing their job and just going to work because what are they going to do? They need to pay for a house and pay for the car. They're like mercenaries, those soldiers that are hired to be in the military. They don't have compassion. They don't have passion for that country. They're just a killing machine that is hired to just come and do it. So most people are like a hired gun today. They just have to go to work. They're not loving what they do. They're hoping one day they will do something actually different, but you can actually do that today. So the second thing that you need to learn is that you are what do you call it? You are studying towards a lifestyle, not towards a degree. So that's what you need to understand. I'll tell you one personal story. About 2 years ago, my brother finished what we call a matric in South Africa, and he went to university. And he chose to do an engineering degree. So we sat together around the table as a family in the beginning of that year, and he told us he wants to do just three things in the next 15 years. He wants to get a PhD in engineering. I think he's doing electrical engineering. He wants to get a PhD in his career in engineering field. He wants to buy a house, and he wants to get a wife. So those were the three things that he said he wanted to do. So one day, about a year later, after the first year, he comes back to us and he's like, I think now I think engineering is tired. I want to be a teacher. Like, but where is this coming from? You said you wanted to be an engineer, but today you want to be a teacher. But where is this really coming from? Is this a passion of yours? And he was just trying to choose the thing he thought was the easiest to do because he was being lazy and everything. It has nothing to do with passion. So again, we sat around the table and we asked him few questions. Remember, you're not studying towards a degree, you are studying towards a lifestyle, not even studying towards a career, but you are actually studying towards a lifestyle. So then we ask him a question: which house do you want to live in? House one or house two? And he chose house number one. And then we ask him, which neighborhood do you want to live in? Neighborhood one, which is Sandton, South Africa, affluent suburbs, or neighborhood number two, with the South African villages, or neighborhood number three, with the South African townships. And he chose option number one. He wants to live in Sandton, and he wants to live in an affluent suburb. And we ask him, which car do you want to drive in 15 years from today? Do you want to drive car number one or car number two? And he chose car number one. And then we asked him, what kind of a family do you want? Do you want a rich family or a poor family? And he's like, oh yeah, I want to have a rich family. So we did the math, and then we realized that an engineer in South Africa, the best salary they can earn is 545,000 US dollars. The house that I just showed was worth 1.5 million US dollars. The car that I show, you can get it for 50,000 US dollars. And there was a study that was done by one of the financial institutions in South Africa that it takes at least 200,000 to raise a child in a private schooling system from kindergarten up until they have a PhD. Therefore, this young man, for one child, he needs at least 200,000. So these were like the kind of the expenses, but the salary of the teacher, the best salary the teacher that they can get a year in South Africa is 45,000 US dollars. And I was like, okay, I don't know, maybe you shouldn't be in engineering because you can't count. Maybe the problem is counting here. It's not even like you've got a passion for this or you don't have a passion for that. So that is a reality. When we go study, we don't want to have degrees and hang them on the wall. We want to buy a good home. We want to live in a good neighborhood. So whatever career that you choose, make sure that it is leaning towards the life that you want. If you want to live in a humble house and live that life, that is okay as well. But he wanted to live the life that a salary of a teacher cannot afford that. So needless to say, he's back today. Now he's finishing his engineering qualification again. So okay, that was a slide. Somebody messed up with my slide here about the point that I was actually doing. So we're gonna move to the second point. I'm gonna go faster on that one. So the second one is that you need to find a real life role. You need to find real life role models. in whatever it is that you actually want to do. If you want to be a pilot, have you ever spoken to a pilot before? Do you know any pilot? Do you have any access to any pilot? One of our mentors said that choose a destination and then borrow somebody's map. You don't have to learn all these mistakes and all these things by yourself. Whatever you want to be today, it actually it's something that somebody has been, so you can learn from other people's mistakes. For example, you don't even need to have that physically. We are so privileged. We are born in the days of mass what do you call it, we are born in the days of digitization. So you can find somebody on your social circles, digitally speaking, like what social media do you believe in, and the people you actually, I mean, you belong to, and the people you follow. For example, if you want to be an astronaut, why are you following a rapper and spending time choking rappers all day? Like, or do you want to be a rapping astronaut? That's actually a cool career now that I think about it. But the reality is, if you want to be an astronaut, follow astronauts. And yeah, maybe on weekend you can follow rappers, but don't follow and keep the company of people that have nothing to do with what you want to become one day when you grow up. And then the last part is, one of the most practical things that you can actually do this year is to actually belong to a professional networks similar to LinkedIn and others, that you can start building your community today. You can start building your network today, so that you don't have to do that later on when you're not looking for a job. Like, you've graduated, now you've got only two followers on LinkedIn. You look like a creep if you're trying to approach people for something. Start today, start building that community today. Even in real life, start aligning yourself, find those offline communities that you can actually belong to. Go and volunteer in a startup or any organization that's actually doing what you want to do when you grow up, so that you are familiar. We get approached all the time by parents from overseas. It's unfortunate because they're not even from South Africa, saying, well, my daughter is in grade 11. I want her to shadow Pretty for the whole month because she wants to be a businesswoman, woman in technology. And we welcome that all the time. I look forward to hearing most of those requests coming from African women and African young men, instead of always them coming from overseas. Because one day you're gonna have to compete with those overseas kids that have been in business since they were like 6 years old, and your business administration qualification, you just got it like yesterday, and you don't know anything about real life and business. So the third point is that, think about the future. Ask yourself, how do I remain relevant and still do what I love? For example, if you've ever been asked, like, where do you see yourself in 20 years? For example, if you have a passion for education, you can work in education technology. It's called edutech. There's a whole lot of technologies that focus on education and educating people. So you're doing what you love, but you are aligning it with where the world is actually going. At the moment, there's a whole lot of teachers that are losing jobs. There's a whole lot of bankers that are losing jobs. But whatever you do, the future is technology. For example, in my case, I love food, I love fashion, I love beauty. I even studied fashion. But I'm in technology because technology is a vehicle, but the destination really is working within the beauty industry and the food industry, and creating real impact. It's something that I was taught when I was very young. Nothing gives me joy in what I do than helping my fellow African sisters and brothers to run sustainable businesses. So I get to do what I love, but it's a career within technology. So that's what you can also have a look at it. So the fourth point is, live for something that is bigger than you, and you want to create legacy when you grow. So you have to choose a career path that is gonna help you to do well in your own life, like we have communicated before, that is going to meet what kind of a lifestyle do you want to live. You can mix that with your skills, with your passion, with your experience. Trust me, all these things, they come together, especially if you are consistent throughout your life. One day you can do something and get paid real well, and it matches your skill, it matches your background, it is what exactly you love. And remember, we are Africans, so we didn't come up with some lucky packet. You came from a family, you came from a village, you came from a town, you came from your country, you came from your continent. You know, there's a concept called black tax. I don't know if you guys have it that side, but we have it here in South Africa. I think a lot of Africans have the concept of black tax. So it's when you are expected to take care of your family, your parents, your cousin's cousin, everybody, because now you are working and everybody just want to tax you for nothing. So I used to hate that concept a lot, but I've come to grow and realize that maybe God has chosen us as Africans to live for something bigger. What if you were in a career, you were in business, you were in technology, or whatever career you were in, you earn a lot of money that can take care of you, take care of your family, and you can feed the whole village. So I don't think it's a bad idea that we're expected to pay black tax. I say pay black tax. Be so successful that you are taken care of as a family, you are taking care of your village. If you have to, you are taking care of others, because we can't depend on aid that is gonna come from outside Africa. And here in Africa, all we do is to ask and just go to work. You work because you owe. You have no choice, but you have to. But we can live for something bigger. We can finance our own continent. We can finance our own people. We can finance our own orphans, and we can support our own businesses. We're saying there's fewer investments that are invested in Africa, but I'm sitting with investors today. In 10, 20 years, some of you guys will actually be investors that are investing back into the continent. If from the word go, that's actually how you wanted to start your career. So just a recap, as I'm heading towards the close, the 5 questions that we had to ask ourselves: when is the right time to start your career, which is as soon as possible? When do you want to be when you grow up? It's about your lifestyle, it's about who you become. We are human beings, we are not human doings. So it's who we become is more important than what we actually do. Who we become, we will hate what we do if we're not who we wanted to be when we were planning our career in the beginning. To find your role models, find the people that you want to be. Don't be distracted and belonging to social circles that do not help you to become who you want to be. Three, four, remain relevant. Do not choose a career that will not exist. If somebody is starting to be a bank teller today, that's just sad, because there's no bank tellers anymore in South Africa, and soon there's not going to be bank tellers anywhere else. So whatever career you choose, it could be your passion. It must have something to do with technology. It must have something to do with the future of where it's going. And lastly, the legacy part of living beyond for your stomach, living beyond for your month end, where you are grasping the last week of the month and you're not coping. That's just not where you should be aiming for yourself. So as I'm closing, I'm going to close with a quote from my late father. He always has told us that a half a loaf is better than no bread. However, that is not where we should aim for in life. A bakery will feed you, will feed your family, and will feed the whole village. It will end poverty, create jobs, and contribute to the village economy. We have to aim for bakery, not just a loaf of bread. So it doesn't matter where we are starting from, because sometimes we come from a background that are not very successful or very rich, and we like, oh yeah, if I get to have a 2-bedroom house is better than what my family have. So what my father taught us is that whatever we start, whatever we become a part of, has to feed the whole village, has to create impact, and has to benefit the continent. I'm very privileged that from a humble woman who came with a bag full of hair and say, oh, this is what I want to do. Today we get impact. Thousand, soon to be hundreds of thousand until it's million, and then one day it's gonna be at least billion people. That the technology that we started as Coronet, one day we wanted to have touched at least a billion people before 2035. So that was my advice, and that's it for me. I'll close now the sharing so that I can take your questions.
Wow, wow. I'm having thumbs up right now. Can somebody drop fire emojis for me in the comment section? This is an amazing presentation. I love this. I'm so excited. Oh, I want to see that fire emoji. You people, you do this for me. Do this for me. She deserves an applause. Thank you so much, Pretty. I'm super excited. I love the way you started with your story. You transition it into the aim of today's topic, and you're able to penetrate us. Like, let me personalize it now. You penetrate inside of me. Like, it's like my mind was open, and then you begin to pour in the resources and the value. Thank you so much. Yes, that's what I want. Thank you. Yes, this is for our guest speaker. This is an amazing job. Oh my God. Thank you. Yes, I love this. I love this. I love this. Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful. I'm super excited that your dad was able to impart something into your life, and this is why you are here today. This is why you're here today. I'm super excited. If you have any question, please drop your question. As you can see, the fire emojis. Yes. Awesome. Please, if you have questions, drop your question in the comment box. She has about 10 minutes to answer your questions. Please, this is technology. I'm talking about harnessing technology for innovation. She has talked about, there are so many things she talked about that struck me. She said something, say your career does not start when you find a job. Your career starts with what you are doing today, and that is correct. What you are doing today determines the lifestyle you are going to live. So it's not until when you get a job your career starts, it's what you are doing today. So you are right at this summit, you are getting something. I know many of you did not know this thing before. Yes, a lot of people did not know this thing before, and I'm super excited. Another thing is you are studying towards a lifestyle, not towards a degree. Permit me to be a little bit to my Nigerian audience. They need this thing a lot. I'm talking to all Africa now because we have different people that registered from. We have we have Ghana. Now, in this our country, Nigeria, the reason I mention Nigeria is because they always believe that school is a scam. Okay, let me just get this degree and get out. But yet this, you are studying towards a lifestyle, not a degree. Remember what I told you when we are doing the publicity for this summit, that you will have a mental transformation. I hope this is a mental transformation for someone, that the current course of study is the lifestyle you are studying towards, not a degree, because you continue to use that particular degree for something, and which is part of the life. And then also we need to find real models. I'm for your question, guys. Drop your question. I'm just doing a recap of the section with her. Then you need to choose a destination, but borrow someone else's map. That's to say, you need a mentor. You need someone that has been in the shoe. There's nothing you want to do. Somebody has done it before. Look for those people and let them coach you, let them train you, and then you become something better. We can call it pay it forward. They're replicating what you have become into your own lifestyle too. Very amazing section. If I'm beginning to talk, we'll not leave this place today. So I'm super excited. I'm waiting for your questions. So before I wait for other questions, I want you to talk about this thing. You know, there are a lot of things going on in the blockchain technology. We have NFTs, we have different, we have metaverse. So can you just talk briefly about how Africa Davido is a Nigerian musician, also is a global person. He has used this NFT as before to create a platform whereby people will come into his own circle in community. Can you just give us a kind of a perspective into how Africa can buy into this thing? Because Facebook, a lot of global CEOs, they believe in this blockchain technology and they are already using it. So now, coming to the African side now, how can we, as young professionals and creative, harness this opportunity?
No,
I hope you get my
absolutely. I
question
think
correctly.
yes, yes,
All right.
absolutely. So, yeah, so I think the biggest thing that has been a challenge in the past, but is actually becoming very good for Africa at the moment, is that we are a community that is big on consumerism than it is on production. So we like consuming stuff than creating stuff. So what the blockchain technology that does, it makes us prosumers, meaning that we produce what we consume the most. And it's very cool and it's very, very exciting. So, and especially for prosumers and creators. So it's really, really great news for creators and prosumers. It gives us a good opportunity for us to actually use the technology to produce at scale the things that we produce, whether you are creating, because in the past people have been creating stuff and then showing them on Instagram, on Facebook, and all those things, and getting paid with likes. But what is happening with the blockchain, with the metaverse, and the whole industry that is coming, what you create, you actually own, and you can actually monetize it, and you can actually protect it from concept up until you start monetizing. So for producers is absolutely amazing. For creators, it means artists, musicians, and people that create art as well can actually sell their art directly, because what happens is the art is being bought from artists in, such say, townships and other areas in Africa. It will be bought, let's say, for $1,000, but that artist could easily be sold for 20,000 US dollars when it's being sold outside by your art representative. But now we no longer need those people anymore, because the blockchain technology invites your customers to be a part of how you create stuff. From when you put together and concept is there, it's protected on the blockchain. If somebody copies it, you can go back. You don't even need, well, obviously, you trademark certain things, but actually, the blockchain technology, it trademarks it today. When you put it today, because in South Africa, it takes about 8 months to trademark something or to protect your craft. 8 months. That's a long time. We're not corporate. Who wants to wait for 8 months before their craft is actually protected? But with blockchain technology, you can do that like today. There's going to be a digital ledger that shows that Pretty had an idea to create this kind of an art on that day, or this kind of music, or this kind of movie that day. On this day, they pitch to this person. On this day, they use these materials that are expensive to make it this kind of expensive. This is the story behind the artist. This is the story behind the art. All of that power is in our hands, because that's the problem. Us as Africans, we didn't just like to consume. It's because we did not have means to production. So blockchain is democratizing means to production, where we can produce at a small scale but be part of something that is really big.
Awesome, amazing. That's amazing. I love this. And this one will give the young professional in Africa the leverage and opportunity to use their potential, their talent very well, and then to believe in themselves that this blockchain technology, we can use it to our own advancement, and then even instead of us relying on the first world countries, we can do something with what we have, and that's a very very good thing. And to say much ado, there's still much. It's like we are not even scratched the surface yet. There's still more in-depth thing we need to do, and that's amazing. I love those perspective. This technology just bridge the gap between the way we do things traditionally, make it in a way that we can have fast access and create something that can be unique to us as an individual. It's amazing. Thank you so much. I'm waiting for questions in the comment section. There's no question yet. Are you saying that you understand? I know people understand the point clearly. The presentation was very, very, absolutely amazing and straightforward. The fourth speaker is in studio already with me. Before I release our speaker from South Africa, okay, in case there's no question again. All right, okay. All right, so it seems there's no question. I want to really appreciate you for your time. Thank you so much. I checked some of your work out on Twitter and on LinkedIn. That's been an amazing work you're doing so far. Thank you for Africa is Rising. You're one of the people we look up to that inspire us to do the best and to give our A game in anything we do. I really appreciate your time for being here today. Thank you so much, ma'am. God bless
Thank you,
you.
David. You're very much welcome. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thank you
Thank
so
you so much.
much.
Thanks. Bye.
All right. Okay. So right now, thank you so much for the third section. It was an amazing time. We had a mind-blowing section. It was a mind-blowing section. So it's as if she prepared the ground for the next speaker coming on board, because he'll be talking about how to transition into a great career. We are in the age of the new normal, where we see people leaving one career path to the other. On my WhatsApp status 3 weeks ago, I talked about bankers in Nigeria are leaving, they're resigning from their job and they're moving to tech. And some they are moving outside the country, some they are moving to another industry entirely, causing a disruption and lessening their skills. That tell you that people are developing themselves and are looking for opportunities to make sure that they are relevant in today's world. So the next section, I'm going to introduce the speaker right now, and after then we are going to get going. So don't go, stay right here with me.
Paul Oyewusi is a certified HR professional with HRCI USA and Scrum Fundamentals certified with Scrum Study USA. He is an agile and strategic C-suite recruiter and talent sourcer, currently serving as the head of a leading recruitment and HR consulting firm in Africa. His strengths include, but not limited to, talent sourcing, 360 interviews, onboarding, headhunting, talent attraction, technical recruitment, talent retention, realistic job preview, and more. Paul is a global mentor with the world's largest online mentoring platform, MicroMentor USA, and also a career advisor with Career Capitals, a growth and support base for employees. His drive for impact and business transformation across sectors has led him to several projects designed for the fundamental positioning and fulfillment of career professionals, which include Skill Acceleration Bootcamp, which featured guests from brands like Google. One of Paul's desires is to help employers globally become magnets for talent and as well build a solid team that can thrive with or without their presence. Over the years, Paul has offered consulting, training, and support services on employer value proposition, employer branding, recruiting high-performing talent, workplace activation, email etiquette, people skills, self-leadership, career optimization, professional branding and visibility, the art of networking, etc. He has published materials on notable blogs such as Pulse Nigeria and Business Insider Africa, and also authored books read in different countries in Africa and Middle East Asia with great feedbacks. Courtesy of his contributions, Paul has been featured on air and as well nominated and recognized with awards, including Outstanding Leader of the Year in 2019 and also Recognition Award for contributing to the development of leadership skills in African women and girls. In 2020, Paul was nominated under the Personal Development category at the Social Media for Social Good Africa Awards 2020, where he also got a CEO Special Recognition Award 2020 for his contribution to helping the young professionals emerge. Paul is the host of Career with Paul, IG Live, an IG Live show where he brings on board experts from various industries and continents to discuss pressing issues affecting both the employers and employees. Aside passionately contributing to workplace growth globally, Paul is also a lover of Jesus and a proud Nigerian.
All right. Awesome. So I have my speaker in the house already, Paul Oyewusi. We'll be talking about the right way to make a big career transition. I believe you can hear me, sir.
Can you hear me too, please?
Yes, I can hear you, but I can see your picture.
But
okay, I can see your picture from the studio, but I mean at the display screen, I can see a picture. All right.
I wouldn't know why that.
You can go ahead.
That way. All right.
I guess
go ahead, right?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so I tried using my laptop, but I think I'm having a bit of a challenge with that, so I had to just use my phone. Apologies. Okay, great. Can you hear me? Can I go ahead?
Yes, go ahead. I can see your face.
All right. Oh wow. Oh wow. I think let me just try and see. What about now?
To turn off your camera, your picture is showing, but I don't know why it's not showing your face. I can see your face right in the studio. Yes, I can see your picture from the studio section, but to the display screen, it's not showing.
I wouldn't know why that is happening that way. All right, I believe it will come up. It's just a network glitch, I believe. Okay, great. So thank you so much for having me here today. Thank you so much. You're doing a very great job. And when I got the invite, I was glad because I always love it when I'm opportune to share with people on how they can do well in their career and how they can be the best in whatever they find themselves doing, particularly in their job, whether you're into 9 to 5 or you are, so far you're a paid employee. I love it when I'm open to sharing with. I would say tonight we're for a very.
Hello, sir. Can you excuse me for a second? Can you log in and can you log out and log in again so that we can?
All right.
You can see your picture. All right. Let's try that. Let's try that. All right. Sorry for that. On the speaker so that you can see his face. You can see his face. That's one of the things we need to solve in Africa. Network glitch happens once in a while. So while we wait for him, we play something for that can stimulate you and inspire and motivate you. Okay, very good, perfect.
Can you see me now?
Perfect. Yes, we can see you and I can hear you clearly.
I think
Let me confirm
it's
that in the comment box. Yes, it's the network. It's okay. If you can see and hear him, please drop a comment so that I can be sure I'm not the only one that can see you. All right. Okay. I've seen you. You're welcome, sir. All right. That means
okay, great.
That's a positive response.
Okay. So not to take our time, that makes me remember a particular story. from a particular movie. I think that's Mangale. And for those who watch Indian movies very well, I'm a lover of Indian movies. And I think they were going into the space, and that was a true life story of India. When I think India is the first country in the Asian continent to get to Mars, and it was their first attempt. So they were going, and something happened in the space. Everything all hope was lost, and the only thing that the person who brought the solution could do was to turn off the system and turn it on. It looked like she did a very wrong thing, and eventually it brought the solution, and she became the champion. All right, so that is that about Indian movie. Let's move on to what we have tonight. Okay, great. So we're talking about the right way to make a big career transition. If you can't hear me, please, so I can go ahead. I can't see the convener anymore. So let me know if I can go ahead. I can't hear you.
Okay, I'm right with you. I'm right behind you. I'm at the back end.
So I can go ahead.
Definitely. Go ahead. You have the floor.
Okay, great. All right, so today we're talking about how to make a big career transition, and it's a beautiful topic I like to share with people. Like I said earlier, I love to share with people when it comes to career growth. For those following me, you know that I share a lot of things that has to do with career growth, moving from one stage to the other. And it's a beautiful thing to transition in your career. Nobody wants to remain stagnant forever, if you give back to a baby today, let's assume the baby is just there and the baby is not moving, baby is not growing. It will be a thing of concern to you. You have to look at the fact that is this child okay? Is this child all right? So you are looking for every possible means to say, okay, what can we do to help this child grow? So you'll be concerned as the career is not moving from one stage to another greater stage. You would be concerned. It's very normal that you are concerned. So today we're talking about how do you transition? How do you make a big career transition? We know people make career transitioning and they do it for different reasons. So my first point tonight to you would be, who are you? Now, you know yourself. You know who you are. I'm Paul Uyewusi, right? You know who you are. He is David Akinwale. You are, let me, if I can say comments, I think I saw a lady the other time, Tosin. You are Tosin. You are Kemi, you are Michael. You are different from me. We all have different destination in life, right? We all have different purposes. We all have different goals. We all have different things we want to achieve in life. You cannot run by my own definition of success. I cannot run by your own definition of success. So first thing I want us to know tonight is, who are you? What do you represent? Do you understand? What do you represent? Where are you going? Before you even make it, before you even start your career, or before you even think about transitioning or anything else in life, who are you first? That's your career. What are you doing? Why are you into it? Why are you doing it? Why are you on that path? It make me remember a time like that. I think that was sometime last year, and there was this whole craving of japa, mindset. You want to leave the country. Oh, US, Canada. Oh, if you are still in Nigeria, you are a failure. Blah blah blah. As if those who are still in Nigeria are failures. And that's not necessarily true. You understand? I love Nigeria. For my own personal opinion, is that if I want to travel out, I go for study, for vacation, for whatever, and come back. That's my own opinion. It may be different from yours, and that's why I said we have different mindset. We are different people. We have different purpose. We have different way of thinking. So you have to recognize that. Who are you first? Understand who you are, so that you are not caught up in the rat race of, oh, everybody's now going into tech. Let me rush into tech. Everybody is now going into, everybody's now, if you are not doing tech, you are a failure. No. I was discussing with a friend of mine. If you see the money tech guys are getting, tech guys they are making it big time. For those who know how to go about it. And let me tell you one thing, not everybody in tech is making money. So don't let anybody deceive you by saying tech, there's money in tech, there's money in tech. Not everybody in tech is making that money. It's only if you know how to go about your way. Same way, if you know how to go about your way in your tech sector, you would make some money. You make your money too. It's just about you understanding your sector and know how to go about it, right? So get that correct. So why do you want to make career transition? Why do you want to transition your career in your career? Why do you want to move from where you are to another part? Why do you want to move from point A to point B? Why do you want to do what you want to do? Why do you want to change your career? Why do you want to move? Do you understand? You need to understand that before you even think of anything. Don't follow crowd. If you follow crowd, you would miss it. Like I said earlier, we have different purposes in life. The way I'm created by God, I'm a Christian, so I believe so much in God, right? I believe that God created everyone and He gave each and every one of us purpose. Do you understand? To fulfill in this world, right? So if I know my purpose, I would not be running rat race with you. I would not be trying to do what you're doing. So the first thing you must get right is knowing who you are and knowing why. If you know who you are, you will know why you want to change your career. You know why you want to move, why you want to transition. You would know why. That is the foundation you must get right. Regardless anything I want to share with you today, you must get this foundation very right. You must get this foundation very. You are not caught up in wasting your own time. You're not caught up in going in a cycle. You know, thank you, Priscilla. Before you make career transition, answer this question: who are you? Who do you represent? Where are you going? Why are you on that path? Thank you, Priscilla Ekundari, right? Ekundari, right? I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce that well, but that is it. You need to ask yourself these questions. Don't just rush the right. Look at people. Some people travel to Canada, for example. I'm not saying it is wrong to travel to Canada. It is. If you want to move from Nigeria to Canada, or from South Africa to Kenya, from Kenya, you know, to China, from China to India, wherever you are in the world, if you want to move, it's fine if you have a genuine reason for moving. Don't just move because you want to move. Don't move because people are moving. Same way, don't change your career because people are changing. Because my friend is now in tech, I want to move into tech. Because my friend is now, everybody's now doing HR, I want to go into HR. And mind you, let's look at HR, for example. HR is not for babies. If you don't have the strength, because in HR you deal with people, human resources, you deal with people, and people are from different backgrounds. A workplace, for example, is like an hospital. You have people with different kinds of sickness. Permit me to use that word. Just like a church. You know, because if you are expecting everybody to be normal in the workplace, you are wasting your time. Everybody don't think the same way, and because they don't think the way you think, that makes them abnormal from you. So you see them, what's wrong with this person? Why is this person thinking this way? Why is this person talking this way? And as the HR, you have to be emotionally intelligent to talk to people. You have to be people oriented. You need to know how to talk to people. You need to know how to accommodate people's excesses. You need to know how to let people know that what they are doing is right, what they are doing is wrong, with the right words. Now, you see, if you don't have emotional stability, you will fail in HR. So HR is not just about admin work, documentation, policy making, employee, all of that. Not just that alone. It's not just about knowing the employee laws, employee labor laws and all that, labor laws and all of that. Not just that. Or you have to go about the performance review, evaluation. Not just that. It is way more than that. You need to be mentally stable. You need to be emotionally intelligent. You need to have a people mind to deal in HR. Look at that. So if everybody is moving into HR, you now say, oh, because I'm an HR professional, you say, because Paul is in HR, I too want to move into HR. Then you get into HR and you fumble. You see, so you need to know why you are moving first. Why are you going into HR? You are in tech, you want to move into HR. Why do you want to move? Am I cut out for this part? Forget the old advert. We have a lot of adverts everywhere telling people change your career, move your career. People will always talk. They want to make money too. It's business. We want to make money. So we'll tell you change your career, change this and that. But you yourself, are you ripe for that moving? You need to know. Do you understand? People are saying come to Canada, come to US, come to Malaysia. and you move because people are saying move, and you got there and what you met wasn't what you prepared for, you will definitely fail at that adventure. The same thing with career transitioning, career shifting. I'm laying this foundation before we move into certain things I will share with you, so that you don't just say because people are moving, I want to move. Get it right from the start. If the like the Bible says, if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? That is it. If your foundation is faulty, no matter what you build on it, no matter how you try to patch it. Have you seen the house before that the foundation is faulty and you're not trying to build a skyscraper on it? Forget it. No matter how much you patch it, call the best designer, the best architect, come and patch everything for you and design whatever for you, the house will finally collapse. So get your foundation right. Who are you? What can you do? What are your skills? What are you good at? Know your component. Know who you are first. Know your skills. Know your abilities. Know what you can do comfortably. Know what you can do conveniently without being paid. Although not that applies not to every part, but you should get to that point whereby what you are doing, they can wake you up from your dream, and you still have some things in your head to put together to do. For me, I train without you don't have to. If you wake me up from my sleep and ask me to come and train about certain topics, I will just come on live and start teaching. I don't have to wake up and start looking for what to teach. Before coming to this live, it was just some few minutes ago. I've been thinking about them. I started documenting what I will share with you some few minutes ago, because it's already in me. I have them already in me, what I want to share with you. I've taught them over and over, and I've seen results, right? I've seen results from people I've shared it with, and I've seen. So I'm not the kind of teacher that would come and just keep downloading, giving information. Now you do this, you do this, you do that. I want you to get it right before you even start anything. So now the next thing I will say, first and foremost, will say, who are you? What are you? When I say what, your component, your skills, your abilities, your there's something they call SWOT analysis, SWOT, your skills, your weaknesses, your opportunities, your threats. You know all these things. If you know who you are, you are sure about who you are, you will know the kind of career path to follow. You won't rush yourself. You don't know how to talk. You want to be a pastor. You cannot talk. You don't like talking. You want to go into motivational speaking. What are you doing there? Because there's money there, you want to move in there, you will fail because that's not your field. Look at our convener, David Akinwale. I'm sure he speaks a lot. He loves what he's doing. You want to be like him, and you are not good at talking, you're not good at dealing with people, and you want to go into motivational speaking or HR or whatever, you will find yourself struggling. Do you understand? So the third thing I will share with you tonight is what do you want to move into? What do you want to move into? You know who you are, you know what you can do and all that. So what do you want to move into? You need to understand what you want to move into. You don't just move into a field because it is popular. It is popular does not make it the right field for you. I'll say that again. Because a field is popular does not make it the right field for you. Because a field is popular does not make it the right field for you. You must find this about that field. Know about that field. What does it entail? You want to become a product owner, for example. You know, being a product owner, you need to understand how the tech space works. You need to understand the back end. You need to think agile. If you're the kind of person that is still thinking, you're still using a traditional mindset for your project, and you want to go into product, being a product owner or product management, you will struggle. Those guys work almost 24/7. Those guys at the back end, some of them don't sleep. They only have 2 hours to sleep, and because you hear there's money there, you want to rush into that space. But you like to sleep. You like to chill. You like to, there's something they call it. Is it fitness? They call it now. Fitness. I don't know what that means. Anyway, I don't know what it means. I don't know what, I just said, but you want to fitness. You want to enjoy yourself or whatever you want to do. and you want to go into a space that will drain your time, drain your energy. If you want to go into some field, you need to be, technologically savvy, if that's the word. Like, you need to be strong in tech. You need to be strong in, because let me tell you one thing about tech guys. Tech guys don't reason like normal human beings. There's a way they think. There's a way you think some of them are even mad. Because they just, so many things on their head. Like, guy, can't you get this thing? Why are you thinking this way? They want to just get it sharp. You should have gotten it. That's why you see them. They are smart. They think very fast. Thank you, Jeremiah Daniel, for that. They think very fast. They don't have time. They don't have time. And yet you want to go into that field. You know that you yourself, you are a gentle person. You don't have time for stress. Don't stress me. Just like people that say, I can't stay in Lagos. They love their Ibadan because they believe Lagos is stressful. You now want to come and stay in Lagos because everybody's moving to Lagos. You will struggle in Lagos. Do you understand? So if you are not cut out for Lagos, stay where you are cut out for. Although there is a place of you wanting to stretch yourself, we'll get into that part. So don't say because I'm comfortable. That can be laziness sometimes. That can be laziness. But I'm trying to strike a balance here. There's a place of stretching, but there's a place of understanding your capacity and stretching. So you must know how to find the balance. All right. So after knowing the field you want to go into, study about the field and you want to move into, I want you to understand, do you want to go out of the industry or you want to stay within the industry? Now, so career transition does not really necessarily mean that you leave the industry you are working. For example, you are an HR person, you want to move into marketing. You can as well move from the HR in your company or in your industry to marketing still in your industry. Or do you want to move into marketing outside, totally outside that industry? You need to know all of that. You need to ask that question. Are you ready to move outside your industry? Or do you want to maintain your industry and just change position from accounting to marketer, from marketer to to receptionist, or from receptionist to the whatever you want to move into? You get that? Thank you, Tosi. Whatever you want to move into, you need to analyze these things early enough. You need to analyze it early enough to know whether do you want to move into this part out of your industry or within your industry. Don't just move. Don't just switch off your job. You must. The reason why I'm saying all of this is that you must have your plan ready before you even change your job. Before you even move, you must have plans ready. You must know what you are entering. You must prepare the ground. Before you plant if you're a farmer or you study farming in school, or those who did agriculture, before you plant a seed, for some seed you must till the ground. You must soften the soil before you can plant. So you need to soften the soil, make your research, find out if you can go into this field or not. Now, the fourth thing I would share with you is, where are you looking at? Now you have done, you know who you are, you know what you're looking for, you know why you want to move. Where are you looking at? You don't just want to get out there and just be saying, I'm looking to change my job, and that's it. That is not wise at all. It's not wise. You don't just want to say, I'm looking to change my job, I want to change my career. Why do you want to change your career? There are legal reasons for changing career. Some people, let's say, the job is too stressful, it's legal. For some, maybe health issues, it's legal. For some, it may be that they want to travel abroad, they want to relocate, it is legal. For some, it may be any reason. And changing your career doesn't have to be that you are moving from a low-paying job to a high-paying job. Some people move from high-paying job to low-paying job. It doesn't really matter. You moving that's why I'm saying you must know your reason for moving. Those people that left their job to another job, you don't know why they left. You don't know why they moved. So you need to have your own reason for moving. You need to have your own reason for wanting to change your career. So now, where are you looking at? Where do you want to, find yourself? I mean, talking about your new career path. Where do you want to find yourself? Where are you looking at? Which particular organizations are you looking at? Now, for you to be successful in your career transitioning, you need to be specific. Now, I want to move up from accounting. I want to move into product management. Okay, great. After doing all of that, where am I looking at? Am I looking to work, for example, Seamless HR is a tech company? Okay, I know, we have a lot of them. You want to work there? How you start researching about the company, knowing about the companies you want to where you want to work. Start researching about them. So that is one way to also know. You have to be specific about the areas you are looking at. Thank you, Enoch Christabel. You have to be specific about the areas you are looking at. Which area are you looking at? Which companies are you looking at? Looking to work in. You want to work in the multinational. Which multinationals are you looking at? You need to have them on, researching about them. You need to just be specific. You can't just be all over the place, or else you will just be moving like a ship without a captain, moving around, just round in a circle without knowing where you are going to. That is so wrong. Then the next thing I would like to share with you is, how do you get yourself on this career path? How? Let's talk about the how. Who can get you there? What can get you there? I will try to hammer on this part and spend some time on this part. Now, it's very easy to say you want to change your career path. And there are books you can read here and there, but nobody would basically want to teach you how. How? HOW. For example, you see guys spending money and you ask them, how are you making this money? There is every tendency that they will keep short. They won't teach you how they make the money unless they are led. They just feel free. Oh, let's just share with him. He's our guy, or she's our guy. But I'll be sharing with you how to make your big career transition. Now we have started. I've shared with you some things ahead of time, before now rather. So I'll be talking about how, and I'll be spending some time, just a few minutes here. Let's talk about who can get you there. And now this boils down to networking. There's a way you can hear certain things about certain topics, and you feel they've heard a lot about this thing. We've heard about it. I beg, we don't need it anymore. We've heard about networking. Let me tell you the truth. Networking works. Networking works. My current job that I'm doing, I got it through a friend who told our former boss. Our former boss was looking for someone to take over this particular this current role, and she told the lady, and the lady reached out to me and said, Paul, can you do this job? Then I was called for an interview and I got the job. Networking. The job I was doing before this current job, a lady just told me about it. Oh, there is someone looking for this role. Can you do it? I said, yes, let me try it. We should do an interview. I passed the interview. Started the job. Networking. Even that particular job, the person who recommended me, I worked for her. I was just volunteering for her. Just doing 1 or 2 things for her. It's very popular. You would know her if I mention her name. I just reached out to her that I want to volunteer for you, I want to work with you. She was like, no. I persisted. And she said, okay, come and do it for me. And I was working with her, and I knew her through a friend. It was through a friend I got to know about her, right? Through her, I got a job. Through that job, and through another friend, I got another job. Let me tell you one thing. People have gotten jobs worth millions in a month as salary. just by one friend recommending this person to that person. There is so much going on in the networking space that people don't know about. And that is why when it comes to networking, you have to be very intentional about what you do, how you go about your own networking. Because just like social media, the people have if I say 90% of my connections of people I know today, meaningful relationships, I've never seen them with my two eyes, like physically. I met them on social media. Do you understand? I met them on social media, right? And that's the power of networking. And that means I was intentional about how I use my social media. You know, for many people today, I don't know what to do with social media. Maybe just come there and do your, all those challenges you do. You know, you shake all the things you have to shake, and then your data is off, and that's all. No, that's a waste of data. For me, I'm not generalizing it, but for me, that is a waste of data. What are you using your data for? You have to be intentional. David Akinwale is there. I've not seen him before. Sir, have we met before? No. We have not, I think we have not met physically, one-on-one, but we've been interacting 5 and 6 back and forth as if we've seen each other. You know, even if we see each other face to face, it won't be new, it won't be strange. It won't be strange at all. At all. It won't be strange at all. Most of like I said earlier, 90% of my connections, I have not seen them physically, touched them physically, but we connect. We are friends. We are 5 and 6. Do you understand? We discuss things. So what do you do with social media? How do you network with people? And now for some people, when we talk about networking, I'm not saying go into people's DM and be disturbing them. You know, imagine everybody coming to people's DM and be disturbing them. How many do they want to respond to? You know, you have to be strategic about your networking. You have to be strategic about your networking. Be noticed. Be visible. Let them see you as somebody, a person of value. For example, let me share with you a trick. I post on my status. Not even my status. I post on my timeline on Instagram, for example. You come there, you comment. Intelligent comment. You drop it there. You know, most people just do, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. I just scroll. The person that wrote something meaningful, oh wow, who's this person? I like the comment. I come and check your page. Who is this person? I look at you. I you know, on Instagram. In fact, the president or vice president may have even checked your page. You don't know because it doesn't show. Unlike LinkedIn, it doesn't show. People check each other's status. People slide into people's timeline on LinkedIn anyhow, but you won't know that they checked. Right? That leads me to my next point. How are you branding yourself? Professional branding is very important. When you comment on people's page and they come to your page, they want to see who you are. They want to access you. What are you doing? Are you someone they can relate with? Are you someone they can even deal with? Some people, if you go on their page, what you would find there is somebody that died 10 years ago. The picture of Ukraine and Russia. Are you a journalist? They are commenting, they are posting about what's happening in Ukraine, how people are dying in Ukraine. They are posting about, how Soludo became the new governor of Anambra State. They are posting about how the Lagos State governor went for a ceremony. Are you a journalist? Is that your field? It's not wrong to post that. If I thought you want to post, let it be once in a while. It shouldn't be, don't just post anything on your page, for example. Be specific about what you post. Because when you comment and people comment, now you have done a good job by commenting rightly, giving a good contribution, and please be consistent. The more consistent you are with people's page or the person you want to follow, let me tell you one thing, to build network, You have to intentionally identify the people you want to network with. Now, who are you networking with? The people in your space. Like I was saying earlier, you want to find yourself in a field. I don't want to lose my thought. You want to find yourself in a field. These are the people you have identified in the field. I said, who can get you there? You want to go into HR space. Okay, Paul Yehus is in HR. This person is in HR. This person is in HR. Follow them. Like their posts from time to keep liking, keep commenting. Comment intelligently. They will notice you. They will notice you. They come to your page. They check what you are doing. The day you come into my DM and say, hello, Mr. Paul, hello, Paul, whatever you want to call me, hello, Paul, I went through your post. That was an amazing contribution. Just like one thing I did, and blah, blah, blah. Just engage me intellectually. I'll be like, okay, wow, awesome. And don't come as a burden. Come as if you are coming to build, and let me say, how will I put it? Come as if you are coming to build a healthy friendship. A friendship that can also benefit from. Do you understand? Let me give you an instance. You are going by the road and somebody is dressed tattered and is saying Bambiela and all of that, please give me money. And another person is dressed in a good outfit, speaking good English, and is saying, hello, please, I'm sorry, I just lost my way. Can you please help me with direction to where I'm going to? I would just need just a token of 100 naira to get to where I'm going. I don't have anything on me. I need your help, please. There is a way that one approached me. I may just feel like, okay, I'll give it to him. I may give it to him. But the one with Babianla, I have a notion about the person already. Oh, this one. If I give him or her money now, the person can just use the money for something else. Maybe for ritual. I don't know. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying, I'm just saying based on people's general thinking, So there is a way you approach people in their DM that makes them think that you are a beggar or you are someone they can really deal with, someone they can relate with. You need to be particular about your approach, how you relate with people. You need to be particular about the right words. You need to be polite. Be extremely polite. And when I say polite, I don't mean reduce yourself. There is a difference between humility, politeness, and just being a fool or something of that nature. I'm not saying that. Just be polite. You can be polite to someone younger than you. You can be polite to someone older than you. Being polite has nothing to do with the person's age or who the person is, right? Politeness is just an attitude, a character, a trait you must learn when dealing with people, right? So network well. So another means of networking is that you can find a professional gathering. For example, I belong to one platform. We have HR Foundry, for example. HR Foundry is a platform for HR professionals. You can join the platform if you want to go into HR, for example. Join the platform. You can ask. There are many HR platforms you can join. You can ask around, and you ask people, okay, how can I join this platform? I want to change my career, and I want to go into HR. I wouldn't know if there's an association I can join. Ask around from HR, from people that you know that are into HR. Pardon me. You ask around, then they share with you. Oh wow, HR Foundry. Oh, there's even one Agile HR. Oh wow. Oh, there's this one, that one. They share it with you, and you join the group. From there, you see opportunities. And let me tell you, in that group, don't be a silent member. Actively participate. Do you know why? Because there are top HR professionals in that group, like it or not. You participate in the group. They said, who will volunteer to do this? You are there. You are volunteering. Even while you are still on your job. Now, remember, you are still an accountant, but you want to move into HR. So now, you are doing what? You find yourself in a community and you are participating in that community of HR, for example, actively. you are joining the learning and development department, maybe you can join a department and keep working there. You are active, people see you. Funny enough, some people will even think you are in HR already because you are active on the group, right? And not just that. So by so doing, you are gaining visibility on the group. If there's an opportunity, they can recommend you, but they won't recommend you if they don't know you are searching for a job. So lead me to the next thing. Open up. Let people know you want to change your career. People don't have a magic brain to let them know that, oh, Paul is looking for a new job. If Paul doesn't, if you don't talk, nobody will know. If Paul does not talk, nobody will know. Do you understand? If Tosin doesn't talk, nobody will know. You need to open up your mouth and let them know that you are searching for a new job, right? You need to open up your mouth and let them know that you're searching for a new job. So now, there is so much to say about networking. Thank you, Jeremiah. Take advantage of professional platforms. Very well. You get that? You need to take advantage, right? So there is so much to say on networking. I have a book on networking. Thank you, David Akim. Oh, that's the boss here. Open up. Let them know what you need, right? Open up. Let them know what you need. If you don't open up, they won't know. They won't even know. They won't know. They also have you need to let them know what you are looking for, right? So there's a lot to say about networking. I have a book on networking. It's called The Art of Networking. The art is just, I think it's just 1,500 naira or so or thereabout. If you check my bio, you will definitely see all of my books there, right? It's explained so much about networking that you can learn from, right? So I won't overflog networking again. You get that? So networking is something you must maximize. You must maximize networking to get the result you are looking for. So as I round off, I have a lot to still share, but due to time, I'll just quickly thank you, Olufunso. Thank you so much. So number 2 thing I want to share with you about how you can get there is your CV. You now that you're looking for a job, you need to start applying. You keep applying for job, even while you're an accountant, you keep applying, right? How is your CV written? How is your CV position? Remember, your CV is you, well represented in the office of that recruiter. Your CV is you, well represented in the office of the recruiter or the hiring manager. So when the recruiter or hiring manager sees your CV, they assume they are seeing you. If what is on your CV is that I can only do ABC, they assume you can only do ABC, even though you can do A to Z. And that is why your CV must be well crafted to show that you can get the job done. You can do your HR well. Now, not just your CV, for those who are trying to transition, have a cover letter, and let your cover letter show that you are aspiring to change your career into this field. Let it explain, and let it explain that you have the skills and the qualities to get the job done, right? Get certifications if you can take courses. For example, you want to move into HR, take courses on HR. Get a certification if you can get it, right? It gives you an edge. But the most important thing is that be able to do the job, right? Volunteer. Now, I want to tell you that for those who want to transition, be ready to start small. Be ready to start from somewhere. If it is for you to volunteer with an organization just to know about, just to learn the rope of the new career path, take it. Except you are a top executive. Even for top executive, for many of them, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to change career path for many top executives, because at that point, except it's only a managerial role you can easily take. But when it comes to a specific role, and you are now an expert in that specific role, and you now want to move into another specific role, a top level, it'll be very difficult. I've had a lot of issues like that, But for many of us in here who are maybe in our mid-level or entry level, be ready to, you know, or maybe thereabout, be ready to start small. Be ready to volunteer. Be ready to work with low pay, just to get your feet into that industry first. Just to get your feet. Once you get your, for example, in HR, for example, once you get your feet into the field, just enter into one space there. You can find your way up gradually. Don't look for HR manager. Don't look for HR officer. You can start with any role. It can be a recruiting role. It can be a learning and development role. Your goal may be to become an HR manager. But start from where you can find yourself. You can volunteer, you know, and gather those skills. Gather the skills. So these skills that you have gathered can now be used, can now be documented on your CV as the skills you have. You know, you can document them on your CV as the skills you have to get the job done. You tell me, oh, I work as an accountant, I don't have the time to even do all of these things you are saying, to volunteer and all that. You can volunteer weekends for a friend. You have a friend who is into HR or whatever, you can volunteer with the person's business, for the person's business. Maybe weekend, maybe 1 hour per day. Please just give me a task to do. I will do it for you. You do it for the person, you send it back. Watch videos, take courses, join professional platforms. Be ready to move, be ready to you know, to get this, to transition. If you are not ready, you will not move. You need to be ready. And as I said earlier, you need to know why. If your why is strong enough, you will go to any length to make sure that you are ready for that new opportunity, right? And like I said, if you want to move into a multinational, know the multinationals that you are moving into. Craft your CV. Now, your CV, like I said, is very powerful. Craft your CV the right way to position you well as the person who can get the job done. Your cover letter must be powerful. It must position you well. The next thing is your LinkedIn. If you are in this era and you don't have a LinkedIn page, you don't have a LinkedIn profile that positions you well as someone who is great for that particular industry, forget it too. I'm a recruiter, and I've had to most of my roles, I get them on LinkedIn. When it comes to top level role, I get them on LinkedIn. Most of my roles. Thank you, Mary Ogudimu. I get them on LinkedIn. I just go there, search for the role, and pops up. I message the person, we discuss and all of that. And you know, we have an interview with them. They go through exams, different. There are different stages, you know, when it comes to recruitment. But some of them I noticed them on LinkedIn, right? I closed the role recently. The role is it's a very huge role. It's over $1 million. That's this person's salary. I mean the person's salary. I found the person on LinkedIn. You know, I found the person on LinkedIn. So the world has now become a global village that I can find talent anywhere. But when I come to that space to find talent, how are you positioned in that space? I clicked on your name, Olufunsho Heritage. I searched for you on LinkedIn. What I found there is nothing. I could not even. And for some of you that think your LinkedIn is professional, your Instagram, you can post rubbish, you are still sitting on the fence. Every of your platform must mirror the kind of person you are, must mirror what you are intentional about. Tony Elumelu, with all due respect, will not post on LinkedIn a gentleman, a professional person, and come on Instagram and be posting things that don't align with who he is. It doesn't work that way. So where did you get the notion that on LinkedIn you are professional, on Instagram you are a rascal, on TikTok you are a badu? Everywhere you have to position yourself well, all round. When I Google your name, what comes out? Be very intentional about your positioning online. it also brand you. It brands you well for that industry you are looking at. Even on your LinkedIn, there's a way you can position your LinkedIn. In your bio, you can write aspiring to work in this position. Maybe HR, you can write HR enthusiast, aspiring HR professional. Let them know that you are looking to move. You can be open to work. If you can do that, you can turn on the notification, open to work. If you cannot go about that, if you do not clash with your current job and you think your boss will be like, oh, you want to move, because that's another conversation for another day. But that shouldn't be a problem in the first place. But we know what we're talking about. All right. So I won't go into that. I won't go into that details, right? But position yourself well. Your personal branding, your Bado on TikTok, chilling with the big boys. Thank you, Mary. Your CV, your LinkedIn, your networking. Expand your base. Expand your base. Enough of this temperament thing. I'm an introvert. Being an introvert has nothing to do with networking. Being an introvert has nothing to do with your networking. You can be an introvert, but you know how to collect big money. You know how to collect millions if they say come and collect. Right? So you need to be, you can be an introvert, no doubt about that. There's no bad temperament. The extrovert, being an extrovert does not make you better than an introvert, or being an introvert does not make you better than an extrovert. Everybody is unique in their own space, right? But please expand your base. Thank you, Fusho. Expand your base. You need it. You don't need to be an extrovert to drive a car. You don't need to be an introvert to drive a car. Same way, you don't need to be an extrovert or introvert to build your network, to expand your base. Do you understand? You need to deal with people. If you must, thank you, Jeremiah, be intentional. If you must position yourself and move into the next career phase, transition to the next career that you're looking at, you need to expand your base. Start learning about the field, the industry. Now, for those who I will talk about job shadowing. For those who are in the industry, maybe you are in the place of work. I'm running off. I'm looking at my time. You are in a place of work, and you want to move into, let's say you work in ABC company. You work as an accountant. You want to move into HR in that same company. You don't need to. There's nothing wrong with changing your career in fact, it's easier for you to change your career in your company because you can easily find your way around that part before you now even move out, right? That can be very easy for you. There's something they call job bidding. You can bid for a job before it's open. You can bid for a job, and there's job shadowing. You can be shadowing the HR department. You go to the HR department, let them know you want to be learning from them, you want to shadow them. Then you can be going there once in a while, learn from them, get to know how they are doing all of the things that they are doing, take on simple assignments and contribute. You are shadowing, you are getting to know about, getting yourself familiar with the field, with how they do their job in HR. That is job shadowing. And there is more to say about job shadowing. So job shadowing is an advantage. Job bidding is an advantage if you want to change your career within your organization. You can move from accounting to HR within the organization. That is even faster and easier, depending on your kind of organization anyways, right? All right, so start applying for jobs. And let me tell you one thing, don't apply for one job per day and you are saying you are tired. You can never be tired. Apply for as many as you can per day. 5 jobs per day, 10 jobs per day. As you are seeing them, apply. Out of 50 jobs, 1 will call you if you are doing the right thing. Even people who are into marketing, they know they want to get 10 quality customers. They can do their targeting. They can target the audience of 1,000. There's something they call sales funnel. From 1,000, it drops down to 500. They just come and see what they are doing on the website, on the site. From 500, it drops down to 200. Those ones, they click on the button and say, oh, wow, I like what they are doing here. From 200, it drops to 50. Those 50 are serious. But due to one thing or the other, they did not buy. Only 20 click that they want to buy. As they want to buy, 10 or 9 thereabout, they discovered that their card, they didn't have the right card. Something just happened that made them, not buy. But eventually, these people got 10, 15, 10, between 10 and 15 people to buy their product. They achieved their goal. But look at how they did it, from 1,000 to 10 and 15. You yourself too, you want to apply for a job, apply for as many as possible. Don't ever get tired of applying. Looking for a job is job itself. It's job in itself. Looking for a job is job in itself. It's a full-time job on its own. You need to learn how to go about it. You need to be ready. And thank God for the work we are in today. You don't have to wear your cocoa shoe. And those times where you wear your shoe and the thing is off. Yoruba will say, Otila, the sole of the shoe is off because you are looking for job one place from pillar to post. Not anymore. You can apply for jobs online. You can join platforms. We have Talent Bureau online platform. We have Jobberman platform. We have so many of them. Join the platform. Whenever there's a job opportunity, it pops up, you apply. Actively search for jobs you can apply for. Lastly, let people know that you're looking for jobs. Not just on the, like I said earlier, not just on the platform. Even your friends, your pastor. Let your pastor know you're looking for job. Let your friends know you're looking for job. Let your parents know you're looking for job. Let your brother, your sister, even your enemy, even the gate man in your house, let him or her know that you're looking for job. Because anybody can, you don't have plenty eyes, you don't have plenty hands or plenty ears. People hear things every day. And once they hear things that align with you, they're like, oh, I have someone looking for this kind of job. And the person can even be your gate man at home. Can even be your maid. So don't be too big to let anybody know that you're looking for a job. Your pastor knows you're looking for a job. He just tells, oh, elder so and so, I have a boy looking for a job. And they connect you. The gate man can just go outside talking to someone, and the person mentions something that, oh, my other brother works in the company, blah, blah, blah. They're looking for this person, and it connects you. And that's it. Thank you, Mercy Okeke. Thank you so much, Madam Landlady. It's so great to see you here. All right, I would have done some advert, but it's not an advert period. All right, do you understand me? You need to let people know that you are looking for a job. Make it public. Make it public. Don't be shy. Okay, you're saying let people know you're looking for a job. People are often shy to talk about it in public. To make it public, rather. Yes, don't be shy. If you are shy, then you are not ready. You are not ready to transition. As I am right now, I have top HR professionals, people who are earning so much, telling me, Paul, if there's a job, I'm looking for a job, I want to move, let me know. Can you imagine? They let me know. Because they understand that if you are shy, it doesn't matter, don't see. And all of these things boil down to ego. You are just shy, you have pride. You don't want people to know that you're looking for a job. What's wrong in looking for a job? What's wrong in learning how to drive a car? What's wrong in learning anything or in wanting to get something new? Don't ever be shy to let people know you're looking for a job. In fact, people respect you the more. Do you understand? So thank you everyone for listening. Like I said earlier, what are you doing now? Why do you want to change your job? Where do you want to get it? Who can get you there? How can you get there? Your attitude also matter a lot. You have to have the right attitude. Have the right attitude. When it comes to looking for a job and getting a job, be polite when connecting with people. Like I said, I have a book, Art of Networking. You need to get that book. If I have a book on interview, just you can check the link in my bio. You'll see books like that will help you while transitioning. I have a book on Before You Quit Your 9 to 5. For those who want to move from their career to start up their own businesses, that's a different ballgame entirely. There are things you should know. Apply for jobs. Start learning about the field. Take courses and all of that, and let people know that you are looking for a job. I'm open to questions. Thank you everyone for listening. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate this opportunity, David Akinwale. Thank you so much for having me on your show on this at the summit. I don't take it for granted. Thank you so much.
Okay, awesome. That was an explosive section, wonderful section. Thank you so much. All right, so I can see the comment section is booming with different comments from your presentation. It was amazing. I was jotting down a few things, which is very important. So, this topic is very important this time because people are switching job. Before you come on board, I was talking about bankers who are quitting, moving to tech, moving out of the country, and seeking for more opportunities in the skill they have. That's the story about that. They have transferable skills that they're having. So this is a very, very important topic. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate. I really, really appreciate it. If you have any questions, please drop it in the comment section, and then guest speaker have about 10 minutes or thereabouts to attend to your questions. All right, thank you, my landlady. All right, I'm so excited to see you. She's killing it in real estate. All right. So if you are thinking of where Madam Landlady, the elders, you come and see the elders for this advert. Moving to real estate, you can reach out. You can reach out on Facebook, and if you want to reach Paul Oyewusi, you can search for him on all social media handles. I am Paul Oyewusi at I am Paul Oyewusi. Can somebody drop that for me in the comment section so I can tag it to the screen? If you have questions, please ask your question. I know it will explain the topic very well, but if you have questions, please go ahead. Let's others get one or two things from your question. What is important in life is to know who you are. Like you said, if you don't know what you want, you don't know your skill, you don't know your ability, you don't know your weakness, you don't even understand your the kind of skills that you have currently, and you're looking for a job that is asking your skill, definitely nobody's going to call you. So okay. Yes, thank you. Thank you. That's it. I am Paul Oyewusi on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. You can follow him. He did hold his career with Paul on IG Live, so I can learn more things about being in the career space. Okay, so somebody is thanking you. Say thank you for his information. All right. Okay,
Thank
so we
you,
have
Anna.
from Ibukun additional.
Thank
All
you.
right. Okay. All right. So once again, this is the Andrew at Paul Oyewusi on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. Follow him and get more tips. So is as if the third section too, there was no question. It was a very wonderful section. It's as if my audience they are getting uh the topic very, very well. Okay. Question
All right.
means you don't understand the topic. All right.
Just to say,
Okay. So
if you
just
I believe
all
I
right.
know
Go ahead,
people may
sir.
not have questions now, but if you do have any question, this topic is a
Okay.
very wide topic. It's not something we can talk
Exactly.
about in just 40 minutes or 1 hour. No, it's a whole book on its own. You understand? So
Yeah.
there are some things I didn't even touch. I didn't touch a number of things, but I just try to share things that if you can work with these ones, it will get you started. Right? It's a whole journey on its own. So if you have any question and you cannot share now, please send me a DM on Instagram or on LinkedIn. I will be so glad. But let me know you are asking from David Akinwale, so I can
Upscale.
easily
Yes.
I can answer you. Just put upscale there, so I can know that you are coming from this summit, and I can easily know how to answer you.
Summit. Yes. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate your time. And
Thank you so much.
that side you talk about, that's why you talk about that a field is popular. I am moving to it because it's popular. And you don't have any skill in that particular field or kind of competence or capacity for that field. The person is not going to perform very well. So it's very important that
Yeah,
people
yeah,
understand. Yes, they understand that if it is popular doesn't mean it's the only field that is growing, that is booming. There are other fields that are there. So thank you so much for your time. Really
definitely.
appreciate. I want to see the comment section. Boomy, I can. They already. Thank you, thank you. Okay,
Thank
okay.
you,
I think this one
everyone.
is responding to. Is she's responding to the other one? You said that they should send the question to you on LinkedIn. That's all right. Okay, thank you so much,
Okay.
Anna. Okay, so thank you so much. I take it from here. Okay, all right. So thank you so much for joining us today on the second day of the Career and Skill Summit. It's been an amazing time with the speakers, one from South Africa, that's Kuti Kobie, talking about harnessing technology for innovations. And then also, we just finished a section now about how you can have a great career transition. You can transit from one career to another. And like I said, the topic is very wide, but it was able to touch some important thing, which is very important for you at this moment. So I'm super excited you're here today. Join us tomorrow. Tomorrow is the grand finale. The grand finale is going to be amazing. You know, he was talking about you want to Japa, you want to travel out of the country. You have a section for that tomorrow. You want to know about tourism, you want to study abroad, you want to do your about scholarship, about anything abroad aside from schooling. You have a section for that tomorrow. I trust you are going to enjoy it. We're talking about okay, thank you. That's our summit coordinator. Thank you so much, Priscilla. I really appreciate you. We have a section tomorrow. We're talking about productivity. You know, from the day one, we're talking about personal branding. We've talked about how you can identify on potentials in your career, your business. We're talking about technology, about how to transit. Now, we need to talk about productivity because even when you get a job, how are you going to be productive? You need to stay productive in your personal development. You need to stay productive in your career because you get a job to improve the company, to contribute your skill, your capacity. And yes, tomorrow is the grand finale, is a good vibe. So tomorrow, don't miss out. Don't miss tomorrow. Please, by yet today, share the link with everyone. The replay will still be on this YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us again today. My name is David and I am your anchor. I know you cannot see my branded shirt very well. Okay, what is written on it is my name, and then I have a tag, which is what live your best life. So I'm going to see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Nigerian time. Do have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much. Bye for now. Okay, yeah, good vibe. So please remember, invite your friends. Do not attend this summit alone tomorrow. Thank you once again and have a good night rest. If you are watching the replay, I would love to see your comments. I would love to see your comments. See you tomorrow at the grand finale. God bless you.